Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. Yes, the eyes are very red because I've wiped them with the stuff that my doctor gave me or told me to go to the chemist and get, and fingers crossed and touch wood, things will clear up over the next couple of days. Okay, what am I going to have a look at in this particular reading? Hopefully it won't be as long as the last one. Entertainment only. It's just, boy, oh boy, there was a lot to explore. I want to have a look to see why I kept picking up Pence yesterday. I meant to say Vance, Shady Vance, Jody Vance, or Just Dance Vance, however you like to put it. Him of the eyeliner. But for some reason I kept saying Pence. Now, I know that Vance is the VP. I know that Pence was the VP last time around. Pence, who was a horrible lily-livered enabler of the Orange Twerp last time around, who actually came good in the last dying seconds of his position as VP. Oh, shock, horror. I suspect the scaffolding being built outside the Capitol with the hang Mike might have changed his mind on a few things right at the last minute when he knew help wasn't coming for him. And basically, if the mob had got him, they would have literally torn him from limb to limb. However, Pence, in his utter wisdom, I Googled, I said, well, what's Mike Pence up to? Since I don't know what he's up to lately. Haven't heard from him since last regime, personally. He was out the other day saying that the militia in Washington, D.C. was a really good idea and he supported it. Oh, please. But I want to have a look. Why was I picking up Mike Pence? And then I might have a quick look, because I assume this is going to be really quick reading. And I do feel that when this regime is ousted and we have this interim panel, that Pence will be on the, okay, as I cut the deck, it's the mystical manga, M-A-N-G-A. You've got the Page of Swords, and then you've got a Page of Wands and the King of Wands. So, you know, bringing forward a minor message, but then becoming a major player in the messaging. I do get that he will probably be on the panel of the leadership committee, however you like to put it. Can't be all Dems or independents. You have to have the obligatory honorary Republican in there. But why was I getting Mike Pence so much yesterday? Mike Pence, who I haven't thought of for a heck of a long time, let alone knew what the hell he was up to. So why was I getting Pence? Come on down, let's have a look. Why was I getting Pence? Okay, well, there is currently work going on behind the scenes, hard work going on behind the scenes to bring this new opportunity forward. And he may simply be a puzzle piece in regards to this. Why was I picking up Mike Pence? And then you've got that King of Wands again, second signifier, King of Wands. I know it can be a challenge, but I'm not seeing it as a challenge. I'm seeing this as basically stepping up into an action role with the messaging. So it's almost like he's going to be the messaging for the Republicans when it all goes down. Now I'm just going to put it out there that we are near the end. Oh, goodness me, I wish it was, go to sleep one night and wake up in the morning and it's all over. But it is a process. We have to go through the motions of this ending of this regime. And at the moment, we are into cornered rat, teeth bared, claws out territory. Part of which is Netanyahu in Israel having temper tantrums about what Anthony Albanese in Australia is saying. Like, really? Like, he's got more important things that he has to worry about than worrying about what Anthony Albanese is saying. But he is going off his banana at at Anthony Albanese, and bravo to Anthony for standing up to the genocidal war criminal, allegedly entertainment only. What's happened is that Netanyahu's now come out and put out the order that 60,000 reservists need to be called up for the invasion of Gaza, and that's what it is, the invasion of Gaza. My heart absolutely is just going to say terrified for the Palestinians that are still there. I don't know how to describe it. I know what's going to happen, and I'm just not going to go there. However, 3.5% of the population of Israel are protesting in the streets, which is or more. That's that magic number that basically leads to an overthrow of government. So Netanyahu knows his days are numbered. Trump is very close. He's now trying to oh, that was the kettle clicking if you heard it. Trump has gone on media saying that he's going to try and bribe his way into heaven. Like, really? And I did think, was that him having a go trying to appeal to evangelicals? And then I thought, no, it's not. He actually, at a subconscious level, knows that his end is very, very close. So we've got here action being taken, bringing forward the message. Now, I wouldn't say fiery message because Pence is about as limp as a wet lettuce leaf. But anyhow, let's see where we go. He actually does. Okay, so the energy that he's stewing in, he actually does, believe it or not, stand up for the Constitution. The Nine of Wands, the Constitution, the guardrails, the boundaries. He will actually defend the Constitution. He does actually believe in it. Oh gosh, you wouldn't think so, would you? But yeah, he will stand up and defend it. In the past, we got the 10 of Wands. Gosh, there's a lot of wands. It's all wands so far, is it? No, that was a pentacle doing the work behind the scenes, but we had the Page of Wands before. So another wands, it's all about a plan going forward. It's all about messaging. It's all about passion, although this isn't a very passionate card, this one. The 10 of Wands, end of a cycle. But this figure here is end of a chaotic cycle, but they're taking forward this one wand, this one plan, this one message, defending with this one message on this Nine of Wands, bringing forth this one message with this King of Wands. So end of the cycle, end of the old, out with the old, and this is the new. I'm interested to see. Okay, crowning this reading, this is the energy that's over, and I'm asking, why am I getting Mike Pence? Because it's a nightmare situation. I don't think he's sleeping. Intellectually, it's a nightmare situation, but 2 nines here as well, which means we're getting very close to the end of something. This was the end of the first regime, and we're getting very close to the end of the second regime with the 2 nines here. And he intellectually is struggling with which side of history he wants to come down on. Should be plain and simple, but I think he's struggling. And then we've got the Knight of Wands. Movement forward again with this Ace of Wands. Why am I getting Mike Pence? Okay, externally, we've got, what's that, the Seven of Swords. He sees the lying, cheating, stealing, corruption. I think there's plagues on him. But as I said, he's so lily-livered, he's not quite sure what to do with it. Yeah. But yeah, he sees, you've got the all-seeing eyes, and you've got the steal, the lies, the betrayal, the deceit, you name it. And internally for him, well, he was going to be strung up theoretically, apparently, last regime, but he's also looking at things differently. He's not coming. I mean, I know he said, and it was literally about a 3-minute, if that, might have been about a 30-second comment that he went, oh well, He is entitled to call up the National Guard and etc. for District of Columbia because it's not a state. So, you know, legally he was correct. Okay, right. But I think he's having a good hard look and he doesn't know which way to move. Okay. And there's that Ace of Wands, the hopes and fears, the Ace of Wands. Powerful messaging coming forward. Right. The outcome, we've got the King of Coins. The oligarchical money could be Trump himself, and the wheel is turning. The Trump that was on the top is going to find himself on the bottom. There is plans afoot to overthrow him. Something's going to be revealed with that Queen of Cups. A plan is going to come to fruition, but then the Queen of Swords is going to step up. And everything is going to change with the world. Could be information coming from overseas about Harris. Trying to keep a lid on things, working behind the scene. Oh, okay, thank you. Love that. Right, everything's going to change. There is work afoot that will possibly be afoot behind the scenes. I don't know if he's involved as of yet. They're keeping a lid on it. It's not yet revealed. The Three of Wands, waiting for the ship to come in. The plan is in play, but the ship hasn't come in as of yet. That's my Harris card, the Queen of Swords, and then we've got the World card. The endings and a new beginning. And then he's going to get an offer. So I don't think he's on the inner sanctum of what's going on, but he's going to get an offer that he perhaps doesn't like, and he has to go very deep within with the Hermit card, with the introspection. But then we've got the Knight of Cups. The offer may be repeated. Ten of Swords, stabbed in the back, treason. And then we've got a happy ending with the Ten of Cups and justice. I think what's going to happen is he's not in the planning of this. But when the time comes and he gets shown the treason and betrayal and deceit with this offer, I don't think he's going to have a choice. Well, he does have a choice because then we've got the choice card here. Open the eyes, thigh deep in the swamp, eyes shut, going la, 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 la about the abuse, betrayal and deceit, win at any cost. His partnership with the orange twerk, but these secrets are going to be revealed with the High Priestess and the Ace of Swords going to come forward. And on the bottom we've got the Government and we've got the Sun card. We've got the Mercenary and we've got the Tower. So I do feel, I don't feel he's on the inner planning. I'm going to say he's on the list. He's on the list that has been compiled, but he's not in the discussions. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Like those that are sorting out what needs to be done and who need to put into positions, they've got Pence on the list as being the token Republican, if I get that right. The token Republican. He's not going to like the offer. I think he's going to take it. Yeah, is he going to take it? It's undecided as of yet. He's just in this la 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 denial. As I said, just weak, limp, livid, chained to this devil energy. Doesn't know how to break away from it, but it's causing him a real nightmares. Anxiety, nightmares, paranoia. If you could hear that, that was Bindi having a drink and heading back over onto the rug here. Yeah, I think he's actually. Don't feel sorry for the guy. I feel like though he's torn about defending the Constitution versus staying loyal to the Orange Trip. God knows why anyone would be loyal to him. He just uses them and discards them. Versus his convictions as a good Christian man, versus his humanity. He's really struggling. Okay, but I do get that he is on the list of being offered a position as the token Republican spokesperson. Okay, I want to have a look very quickly. What was exposed in that private meeting? Yes, love you too, Bindi. I put the camera down, but she's got her nose tucked in on my lap there. What was exposed in the Alaska meeting that had KKK Leavitt, Rubio, and the others and their ilk coming out of that meeting looking dazed, ashen, confronted would be a word for it. What was exposed in that meeting? What was exposed in that meeting? Come on down, let's have a look. Using the Gilded Tarot Royale now. Okay, what was exposed? Oh, pretty much Putin. Putin putting the shock collar on the orange twerp. What was exposed? We've got here entrapped by the messaging, families entrapped by the messaging as the challenge. Just trapped by the messaging. As in questioning themselves, are we really part of this? Yeah, basically the orange twerp being owned by Putin. Something unexpected out of left field was presented. Something emotional that they did not expect. Childish. In the past, banished out in the cold. Were they ordered from the meeting? Perhaps they may have been ordered from. No, okay, thank you. It's pretty much the meeting that they went into de-evolved into something that they weren't expecting and that they weren't a part of, where they felt superfluous. Superfluous, is that the word I'm after? Okay, let's see where this goes. Mercenary actions that were taken and something was revealed big time to them. The revelation of something about the mercenary act, the basically selling out the US. Gonna show yourself? No, can't see it from there. Basically, you pay me and I'll do this type energy. I think it shocked them. It wasn't diplomatic at all. It was purely a financial agreement that came. Right, the King of Wands, a message that was brought forward, action was taken to stamp the message home. So I'm not getting it was photographs or anything. And the capitulation. I know Laurie from Way of Positive Change has this as her Putin card, and it was basically roll over and expose your belly, capitulation to Putin. I think that's what shocked them. How quickly the orange twerp, basically there was some sort of financial comments made, and how quickly the orange twerp capitulated. I think that's what it is. We've got the emotional overwhelming, the new partnerships, a cleansing in the hopes and fears, the outcome judgment moment, a collective awakening moment. It's almost like not so much Rubio and stuff, because they know what he's like, but for Leavitt, who I think actually believed in the myth of the orange twerp, this was a wake-up call for her that he does not have the best interests of the United States at heart. It's like, well, duh. But I think for her, this was a big wake-up call moment about the wannabe emperor. And how quickly he was made to look a fool. A wake-up call, we've got the power and the fool. How quickly he shifted from this powerful take charge being to now the word, what are they giving me? It's like supplementing, but it's not. It means to, this sort of energy, to surrender. And it was a big truth for her. And it really shone a light on the snake in the path. Yet she has to still go out and sell it with the Three of Cups, the circles of support. But the wheel is turning. The cogs are turning slowly for that one. She is finding the message that she has to spew from behind that podium is becoming more and more difficult. And she might actually come out and say the truth at some stage. But we've got the Page of Swords. She's had a glimpse of the truth. There's a lot of messaging that's going to come out, and we've got the infighting, we've got the snouts and the trough, and then we've got the Queen of Swords coming forward, and the fading partnership. Information coming from overseas about the devil. She might resign with that Six of Swords. She might resign. She feels like she was naive with that Six of Cups. And she's going to have to make a decision about her future. But then we've got the Ten of Swords and the Temperance card. I think she's going to resign. I think she's going to offer up her resignation with that Page of Pentacles. Yeah, I don't think they sort of saw any photos with the orange twerp with children or anything like that. I think it was just she was shocked at how basically instead of what's best for the people and what about the children, he basically just bent over and said, give it to me. How quickly he capitulated to the Putin figure. And there was some sort of backhanded, potentially, allegedly, entertainment only, financial conversation, mercenary actions conversation. It could have been, for example, basically the Putin figure saying, I want you to send troops, and the fella not arguing it. I don't think there was information shared on trafficking and children abuse and all the rest of it, because both parties already know that that's in the mix. They know it exists. It feels like there was a demand made by the Putin figure, and the orange twerp basically said, oh, okay. And she was shocked, Leavitt, and I'm talking about Leavitt, that she was shocked at how quickly he went from being the tough man to the fool. Okay, gonna leave it there. Love to you all. Catch you later. Bye-bye.